I'm Jenni Forsmann, the multimedia content and SEO strategist at 7th Scout, and I want to take you to my hometown of Grangeville, Idaho. Grangeville is a small rural town, home to about 3,000 people. It's a "the" town, as in the post office, the Mexican restaurant, the grocery store. It's even got the stoplight. Yeah, just one stoplight in the entire town. Some additional background: the area I grew up in is called the Camas Prairie, which spans across north central Idaho. I explain this because while I grew up in Grangeville, I really consider the entire Camas Prairie my home. It's more than just the place I grew up, it's really a reflection of my entire family history. And that's because I'm a third-generation American on my mother's side and a seventh generation on my father's side, whose family actually immigrated to the Camas Prairie in 1886. It's hard to imagine that time, well over a century ago, when Idaho was still 4 years away from becoming a state. It was the height of the American West and immediately followed the conclusion of the Nez Perce War, when the U.S. government established the tribal reservation in the area and opened up the remaining Camas Prairie for white settlement. It was during this time that my ancestors immigrated to the area and claimed a homestead. For the last 138 years, my father's family has farmed the prairie. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the prairie, where the plains meet the timber of the national forest, my mother's family raised beef cattle. It's really surreal to look back on photos of my, relatives and great-grandparents. All these photos, all this time, so much has changed, but so much has really stayed the same. It's funny, living in rural America is always characterized as being simple, but I think it's anything but that. It's really about the give and take and finding, that balance. There's an undeniable passion for the mountains, the prairie, the river, in addition to the life that lives and grows here. I think it's what so many people came for and why to this day so many people don't leave. The rich history and community that I grew up with on the Camas Prairie has really stuck with me my entire life. It's what fueled, a lot of my interests in history and storytelling and led me to journalism. And my early career as a news producer really allowed me to exercise my creativity and my love for learning. It was in 2021, when I just completed my employment contract with a local news station back home, that I actually came to visit my friend and now co-worker Emily in Austin for her birthday, and that's when I decided to make the move to Texas. Shortly after, she introduced me to Lynn and everyone at 7th Scout. It was during that meeting with Lynn that I realized my passion for storytelling fits perfectly with 7th Scout's goal of humanizing brands, and that serendipitous meeting really felt like the next step in my journey. There's a saying, and I don't know exactly who said it, and I might mess it up a little bit, but it's never forget where you came from, but always remember where you're going. And I really resonate with that. It's so important to respect your own and others' experiences while remembering that the rest is yet to come. As a team at 7th Scout, we've discovered so many similarities despite having widely different backgrounds and experiences. And from that, we've built our own community at 7th Scout and with our clients. We have a really strong foundation and identity individually and as a group that allows us to really welcome, collaborate, and grow with new people. The team spirit at 7th Scout is a direct reflection of the common ground we've found and the shared goals that we have in relation to our work and also on an individual and personal level.